I am truly here out of obedience to the Spirit because in my carnal flesh I really didn't feel like talking and I don't feel like talking. But it's upon my spirit to do what I've been given. So I have to do that. Because truly, I don't want it on my conscience, okay? I do not want it on my conscience that I did not speak when it was upon me to speak, okay? So, I'm here. Now, I'm going to go ahead and start with reading the description. I also do have a melody that we're going to stream. I did get a melody download today, which is actually, like the intro for this particular audio that we're going to stream. All right, same name. It's crazy, okay? But, yeah, I got that quickened within my spirit, and I sang it, so I'm going to be playing that. Now, so the audio that we're going to be streaming, well, I think I put streamed. I forgot to change that back. Alright. But the audio that we're going to be streaming was recorded on 3/1/24. Alright. I do need to emphasize yet again that I am not here to deliberately hurt people. Alright. Nor do I take pleasure in the sharpness of this truth cutting you. Alright. We all know that the living word is sharper than any two-edged sword, okay? Yes, the spirit of truth comes to reprove. And with reproof, that bruises egos, all right? Yes, the spirit of truth will bruise your ego. It's happened to me, okay? Yes, many times. And I had to humble myself. And, accept the reproof and change, okay? That's what is required, all right? You can't just stay, puffed up in your pride and arrogance and do your own thing and say that you worship and serve the Most High, the Great Spirit, or whatever name you want to give it, okay? It's about your actions. It's about what you do. Now, most people will perceive the truth that I've been given to give to you as a personal attack. Okay, but it's not a personal attack at all. Alright, I don't speak my own words. Okay, the spirit of truth comes to reprove the world of sin. There's many sins that's been allowed to saturate the whole damn earth, okay? So there's many things people are unaware of. That is a sin, okay? They want to focus on surface level things, all right? Instead of the things that's on the inside, okay? Those inner sins, okay? Like jealousy, hatred, bitterness, selfishness, okay? These things, all right? Greed, envy, gluttony, all right? Slothfulness, okay? Dogmatic belief systems. It causes you to hate people, okay? These things, all right? When you're dealing with these things, it's like you're stomping on people's toes, okay? Because they're cozy with their demons. They don't want to come face to face that they have issues with people, issues that they need to deal with within themselves, and instead of dealing with their issues, they want to project outwardly, okay? Deflecting. All right, we're going to get into it with this audio that I'm going to stream. Okay? This is This is what they do. They gaslight, okay, to deflect away from them, okay, point fingers. So when we call out white supremacy and we show you how this whole system was built upon it, you want to call us racist. Like, oh, you're making everything about color. No, bro. Your people did that, okay? So this is a touchy subject, okay? And this is, bro, this is huge, okay? And I didn't ask for this, all right? I didn't ask to be given this message, okay? I didn't, all right? It just happened this way, all right? But bro, people need to understand, okay? This system, period, everything we've been taught, was built upon, this huge lie, okay? This huge deception. And it goes deep, way deeper than most people want to stay on surface level, okay? They don't want to peel back the onion. They don't want to get to the root. They get so easily offended, but yet refuse to empathize with other people and their situation. So you gotta humble yourself, bro. That's important, okay? I asked the Father to help me with this message, bro, because this is a heavy message, alright? Yes, it's very heavy, and I realize my channel is heavy, bro. What I've been given, bro, is heavy, okay? And most people cannot accept it. That's just the way that it is, okay? Many people are gonna perish, alright? Because of arrogance, because of pride, okay? Because of the love of money, okay? Lasciviousness, alright? The ways of this world, alright? They are in love with that, okay? Therefore they hate, they detest the truth, okay? They love their status, their clout, alright? That this is important, There's a people that, were born with status and clout. And then there was a people that was born the scum of the earth, okay? The scorn of all the nations, all right? And you want to turn a blind eye to those who are scorned of the nations. But the Great Spirit sees your heart, okay? That's what you need to realize. It's about what's inside of you, okay? So many people, they perceive the truth that I've been given to give as a personal attack. But this is because of the complacency of white supremacy, as well as many outright lies and deep deceptions. Okay? Until you humble yourself as a child and unlearn, you have to unlearn the forced indoctrination. If you don't do that, your heart is gonna harden, okay? Because you're gonna trust in what it is you think you know. You're gonna stand firm on your core belief system, which is full of deception, okay? And this is gonna cause you to harden your heart against the spirit of truth. All right? You will continue to stay puffed up in your pride and your arrogance. Therefore, you will be destroyed. And you're going to be destroying yourselves. Okay? I already came out with that video. That you will destroy yourselves. Okay? Because the Great Spirit doesn't destroy. Alright? The Great Spirit don't come to kill, steal, and or destroy. No, the adversary does that. Okay? Let the adversary have his job. Okay? Stop blending good and evil and putting that on the Great Spirit. And time's up for that. Okay? The Great Spirit isn't hardening the hearts of the nations. I hear many of my brothers saying that the Most High gonna harden their heart. No, the Most High don't do that. Okay? We have free agency. People choose to hold on to what it is they think they know, which is pride. That's pride. That's their ego. Okay? Arrogance. Exactly why Lucifer fell. Okay? So they harden their own hearts. I mean, bro, it irritates me that people want to act like we have no control over our own actions, our own thoughts. Okay? Yes, you do. We all have free agency. Okay? Like, wow. So no, the Great Spirit isn't hardening anybody's heart. You harden your heart, okay? You harden your heart against the Spirit of truth. This is because you refuse to humble yourself as a child. Just like Pharaoh back in ancient Egypt. It wasn't the Most High that hardened Pharaoh's heart. No, Pharaoh was puffed up in his pride and his arrogance that he could not be brought down. Okay? He had the children of Israel up under subjection in harsh bondage, just like this system today. Okay? Yes. We are in captivity up under this fraudulent system that's been built on indigenous land by force with much bloodshed of the indigenous seed of this land. This has been ignored for centuries. Okay? Now, the Spirit of truth is flowing upon the earth today. Confirmations of this prophecy is all over the place, yet many remain oblivious. I'm instructed to make these things crystal clear, so that people have a genuine opportunity to make a logical determination for themselves. Okay? I'm not here to force. No, I'm here to give you an option. Continue to hold on to the status quo and what you think you know, everything you've been taught to believe all your life, or let it go and allow the Spirit of truth to renew your mind. It's up to you. I'm not here to force, okay? I'm here to let you know, when you're born into a world saturated with many lies, and you're taught and handed down these same lies, you would be unaware of the deception. The mercy of the Great Spirit is to send certain spirits to the earth to be the light. When you continue to reject these lights for the pleasures of your carnal flesh, your pride, and your arrogance, you make yourself an enemy / adversary to the Great Spirit. You've created your own God, which is your money and your own selfish desires. You've made your choice. That's what you're trusting in for your protection. You think your money is going to save you, your huge bank accounts. your dwelling places. You think all of this is going to save you. Your pension, your 401k, all of this that you didn't work so hard for. That's your God that you're trusting in. Okay? So understand you made your choice. And because your choice is to be an enemy / adversary to the Great Spirit, you are without divine protection. Water. When you're without divine protection, then you're just out in the open, able to be accessed by legions of demons to do their bidding. Notice how your disdain and your hatred grows for those who you can't comprehend. Why is it that you hate us, those who you cannot control? Those who you cannot manipulate and gaslight. Now, the audio that we're going to be streaming is going to be going into some more detail dealing with the main transgression of Israel. That caused the Great Spirit to withdraw protection from us and our land. Okay? See, the world wants to pretend that so-called African Americans don't have no land. All right? They all want to say we come from Africa, but they don't know exactly where in Africa we come from. See, that you're going to stop playing with us. Ain't no land of African American. It's a misnomer. Shalom, Al-Qadar. It's a misnomer. Alright? Ain't no land of black people. It's a misnomer. It was done in order to steal our land and put us up under subjection. Colonization happened over here, you know. And we gonna get into it within the audio. Okay? Our protection was withdrawn because of our disobedience. Okay? This audio is also for the benefit of the Gentiles. Okay? So they understand. Alright? It's your benefit to tune in, Gentiles. Alright? Because y'all doing the same exact transgression that we were destroyed for. The same exact thing, but on a higher scale. Okay? A much higher scale. Alright? See, bro, they killing the animals by the billions. Okay? We weren't doing it like that. Oh, no. We weren't doing it like that. See, we didn't have slaughterhouses set up all over the United States and remote area. Bruh, we weren't doing it like that. No, we were polluting the temple. But, bruh, they done took it to a whole nother level. Okay? So understand. You're doing the same transgression. You are a partaker of it. You're participating by buying the dead animal flesh to cook it up and eat it. You're a participate. You are a partaker, okay? Yes, you're paying these people to brutalize the Father's creation. And we're going to get into it, bro. I know this is a hard message. Okay, these things are heavy. I know. Okay? But everything that I've been given to give to you, I have already applied it to my life and I live it. Okay? Not only are you doing the same exact transgression, bruh, the same exact transgression of depending upon the bloodshed of the innocent in order to cover your sin, you done took it to a whole nother level on that too. Alright? Because you done went from, you went from us dependent upon animal blood to cover our sins to now a human sacrifice. You literally blaspheming the one you say you love and serve, claiming that he came here to be a blood sacrifice to cover your sin. Wow. Wow. What a grievous transgression you are a part of. You're a partaker of those who murdered him. But you've been deceived into thinking that it's righteous. Not only are you doing all that, but now you're also holding the blessing bag. Yeah, the blessings that Satan gave to you in much bloodshed and heinous atrocities. In great wickedness, your forefathers stole the blessing from the original seed of the colonized lands. And they handed those blessings down for generations. So tag nations, you're it. Therefore, it would be wise for you to humble yourself and listen. I am not here to hate you. I don't hate you. I'm not here to bash you. I'm not here to ridicule you. I'm not here to mistreat you. I don't mistreat you. Or any of that. I'm literally here to warn you and give you a divine opportunity to repent and change your heart. Again, the Spirit of truth comes to reprove. Reproof isn't pleasant. Please realize this. Truth hurts. We all know this. Therefore, it depends on whether or not you can humble yourself to the Spirit of truth or be puffed up in your pride and your arrogance. Either way, it's time to make your decision. And your decision will be made even when you choose to ignore, because that is a choice. Okay? Now, we got that out the way. Now we're going to go ahead and stream this audio, or the melody, that is, that I recorded this morning. The name of it is Learn to Separate Good Apart from Evil. Okay, let's go. Learn to separate good apart from the evil. Learn to separate good apart from the evil. Learn to separate good apart from the evil. You gotta learn to separate the good apart from the evil. Please learn to separate good apart from the evil. Learn to separate the good apart from the evil. Please learn to separate the good apart from the evil. Learn to separate the good apart from the evil. Alright, so that was in my spirit. I had to sing it. Now, let's go ahead and get into the audio. The main one. Let me go ahead and close out this one. Cut down on the lag. Alright. Let's see here. I guess it's just in. Hold on. Yeah. I guess it's just in time. Just in time, bro. My phone is full. So I really shouldn't be picking up my phone to record anything, but earlier this morning I had some thoughts that I did not follow through and pick up my phone and record. However, I'm making my second cup of coffee, and is upon my spirit. Oh, it's so good to be back. Yeah, it's so good to be back. For me to do what it do. Yeah, it's so good to be back. It's so good to be back. So let me do what it do. Shatter strong delusions and false realities. I'm here to speak the truth of the living power that's everlasting. Bro, oh my gosh, I am still listening to this Left Behind dramatized audio, and I'm in a section of Apollyon, you know, the book Apollyon, and I can actually kind of show y'all that, but give me just a moment. Let me go ahead and add it, okay? I'm going to add it here in my material section. So let me bring it up right quick, and then I'll add it so I can show y'all what I'm talking about, okay? Because I have the dramatized audio of the Left Behind series. Okay? 1 second. Documents. Alright. Alright, let me go ahead and add it. It's hard to get it accurate. There. Alright. So, at this particular time, I was here, Apollyon, and I was talking about the Destroyer. Okay, so I was on this one right here. Alright. Now, bro, I'm not going to play any of it, okay? Like, as I was, this was during the time, I think I was waiting on my equipment on this particular day, 3/1/2024. I was waiting on the internet equipment to set up, so I still didn't have internet, okay? So I was listening to all of this, like, I can go back here. You see, I had listened all the way from all of this. I had listened to all of this while I was without internet, alright? And as I was listening to it, I'm like, bro, I can make a whole channel just breaking down each one of these, okay? Listening to each one of these, alright? And like literally breaking it down, like where they're lying, you know, how they're causing great deception and all of this, okay? Like I could break down each one of these, bro. Like I can make my whole channel could be about this, okay? Like it's absolutely insane what they have done. But a lot of Christians, you know, They are following after this ideology. Okay, the people who created this, Tim LaHaye and Jerry B. Jenkins, they are Gentiles. Okay, and this is their ideology. All right, they have literalized everything. Okay, I'm not even meaning to go all off on this, but I'm just showing you, bro. This is the one I was on, the Destroyer. Now let's go ahead and continue in audio.
What in the hell is that? Like, bruh, that's crazy. But yeah, I'm in the section or the book Apollyon, and just got done listening to the one, the Destroyer. Okay, so the chapter is the Destroyer. Okay, the section is the Destroyer, but it's the Destroyer of the Gentiles. You know, I notice that they have mixed. Okay, that, like, they literally mixed up the prophecy because these Gentiles have no understanding. You know, they don't have any understanding whatsoever. What they have done is try to piece it together the best way that they can, you know, to show themselves in favor. Okay, like, they cannot be both the oppressor and the oppressed. Okay, there's a certain people upon the face of this earth who as a whole has been oppressed, and there's a people upon the face of the earth that as a whole has been the oppressor. Okay, people need to understand this, because the oppressor is the pale-faced people. Okay, the Europeans as a whole. Okay?
Now, let me show you an example, okay? Give me just a moment. Alright, because you got to understand who set themselves in authority, because that's what this is about. It's not about individuals, okay? It's not about individuals, alright? It's about those who set themselves in authority, okay? One second. Give me one moment. I'm going to get it ready, and then I'm going to switch you guys over to the Chrome. Give me just a moment. I'm bringing up a few things. Okay. Work with me. Give me just a moment. Give me just a moment. I gotta flow by way of the Spirit and bring up what I'm led to, okay? This is so crazy. Wow. Oh man, this is what they would like the world to think. Again, and this is not done in order to hurt anybody, okay? This is done to bring truth, okay? You need to understand what happened. It's important that you understand, okay? It is all biblical prophecy, all right? Origins of the European Union. I'm bringing up several things here. And made themselves both the oppressed and the oppressor. This is what has happened, okay? And totally just, done away with the the original seed of all the lands that were colonized. Like we just don't exist anymore. Like literally replaced us. But you need to see this. Hold on. Was it 2019? All these confederacies going on. Alright, let's see here. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and switch you guys over to Chrome, okay? Now, this is just an illustration, alright? There's a confederacy, okay? There is a confederacy. You can find that in Psalms 83. Come on, man. Alright. This confederacy here. Keep not thy silence, O power. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O power. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult. Okay? Thine enemies make a tumult. Okay? Worse than slavery. Alright? Alright? White League. KKK. Okay? Alright, for lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, Come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. And it lists all of these nations that are confederate with one another in order to keep us down, okay? And them on top, able to live lavishly, okay? All of these nations, and they got some that's wrapped in our skin, all right? But on the inside is them, okay? Yeah, you got some that's wrapped in what looks to be our skin, but it's them, okay? Alright? It's 2019, alright? This confederacy, alright? You even got the Hamites, alright? You see? They portray themselves like they are everybody, okay? This is not all. Okay, again, we're dealing with the ones who set themselves in authority. Okay, now let's go here. In 1889, the association was incorporated in the District of Columbia by an act of Congress for the promotion of historical studies. All right, the collection and preservation of historical manuscripts and for kindred purposes in the interest of American history and the history in America. Okay? But not real American history. No. Their history. Okay? His story. Alright? The act provided what the association should have. The act provided that the association should have its offices in Washington, D.C., and that it should make reports regarding historical matters to the Secretary of the Smithsonian Institution, which is another part of their confederacy, because the Smithsonian is used to hide information. Okay? Hide bones, hide all sorts of things, okay? Who should then transmit to Congress such reports as he or she saw fit. Okay, you see, this is all Europeans. Okay, and they are on indigenous land. They are foreigners on indigenous land, and they're setting up these things. Okay, in 1889. All right, they were setting up these things. All right, so you have to come to this realization. All right, now. This is 1945, the United Nations established. These are all white men, okay? These are all Europeans, okay? So-called, okay? I gotta use the terminology that people are accustomed to. People understand, okay? These are all white men, Europeans, okay? Alright? They set themselves in authority, okay? They gave themselves authority, alright? Now, I'll come back to that. Hold on. I'm looking for something else. Did I not bring that up? Okay, hold on just a second. Alright, and they had to give themselves status, okay? So, here we go in 16... actually, this happened before the other one. Where's that other one? I think I closed it out. Alright, so I have to bring that back up. Let's see if I can find it again, bro. 1 second. I closed it out, man. Hold on. The one where, let's see. I just read it. It was like 1883. 1883. Yeah, I didn't put the date on it, bro. Come on. I should be able to find it again. 1 second. Oh, goodness sakes, bro. Trying to remember what the heck I be naming my stuff. I was just flowing and I had pulled it up, and I don't remember what the heck the name of it is. It was dealing with, okay, thank you, Father. And I did put the date. It was actually 1889. Okay, so this right here is before that. Okay, so where it go? Alright, so this is before that. Alright, so again, these are all Europeans, okay? We're dealing with those who set themselves up in authority when they came over, okay? Now this is after the 14th, the late 14th into the 15th century, when the Spaniards came over, Christopher Columbus, okay? Under the edicts from the Pope, okay? The papal bulls. You cannot sweep all of this real history under the rug, act like none of that matters, okay? Because the people that it affected are still here. We're the descendants, okay? And so all of these atrocities has been allowed to come upon us at the hands of a specific people, okay? And these nations here were the ones who did these things, okay? And just because, there may be, some of you out there now who don't have a hateful heart towards us and, or deliberately perpetuating white supremacy against us and deliberately keeping us down, you may be unaware, but you need to be aware of how this system was established. Okay, you need to be aware of who the original seed was of these lands that were colonized. Okay, because all of this time they have marginalized the true seed of the lands that they colonized and took over, okay, and established their system. Okay, especially over here in the fourth part of the earth, which is the Americas, the final part. Okay, so we need to pay close attention to this. This is not the history that we were taught in school. When I went to school, all the history that I was taught, was that they brung us, from Africa on slave ships every single year after year, and then giving us our heroes, such as Martin Luther King and, Rosa Parks. And, they put these people in front of, this is your leaders, okay? Like, but bruh, like, you told us a whole falsified history. Okay, this is the story that they wanted us to believe, okay, and take to heart, that we're nothing but slaves, okay? They literally brought us over from another continent over here, all right, to work for them, okay? But that don't even make sense, okay, at all. All right, and there's many videos breaking down how that's even impossible, okay? What they said is impossible, all right? And check out Dane Calloway. Check out all of these other channels that's talking about that, okay? And I even have a few on my channel, all right? I'm not going down that route. But, bruh, we gonna deal with what's right here, okay? These people are foreigners, all right? Calling themselves Virginians. They legislated a new class of people into existence. This is giving themselves status. They will have to give themselves status because they are foreigners on indigenous land. Okay? So the people the new class of people that they legislated into existence, they wrote the laws and the legislations, okay, is the whites. Okay? The whites. All right, so they legislated a new class of people into existence, the whites. All right, they gave the whites certain rights and took other rights from the other created class of people, which is blacks. Okay, this is a stigma. This is a label that they slapped upon the indigenous seed of this land. Okay, so they took other rights from blacks. All right, that's what they did. White as a language of race appears in Virginia around the 1680s and seems to first appear in Virginia law in 1691. And thus, whiteness, and to a degree as well as blackness, was born in the mind of America. Okay? I wasn't taught this in school. Okay? I wasn't taught that in school. That race was actually created by foreigners on indigenous land. Okay? I wasn't taught that. But the spirit of truth is upon the earth right now. Okay? And so now I know this. Okay? So they gave themselves status. All right? After they gave themselves status, and they're setting all of these things in motion, by an act of Congress, they create their history, okay? And then they force it. Let me bring that up too, all right? The educational, hold on. All right, this is what they did. And see, I don't have the date for this one. I might have the date for this one. Let's see if I can find a date for this one. I think I had a date for this one. All right, so this is one of the establishers of public education. You see, this is a Gentile, okay? We're dealing with those who set themselves up in authority, all right? All those who had a hand in establishing this system that we're all up under today, okay? All right. So, okay, it says, okay, now in 1848, after public service as secretary of Massachusetts State Board of Education, Mann was elected to the United States House of Representatives, okay, from September 1852 to his death. He served as president of Antioch College, okay? So these people then set themselves up in authority. You know, they're the ones that brung about the educational institutions and all of this, okay? Like, bruh. So you don't want to take none of this into consideration, all right? You just accept the reality that, you were handed down, okay? You were handed this reality. You were taught this reality. You were born into this reality, okay? Now, the aim of public education is not to spread enlightenment at all. It is simply to reduce as many individuals as possible to the same safe level, all right? To breed and train a standardized citizenry, okay? To put down dissent and originality, okay? This is a quote by H.L. Mencken, okay? This dude right here, another Gentile, okay? Who was a part of establishing this system, the educational part of it, all right? This guy here, John D. Rockefeller, okay? I don't want a nation of thinkers. I want a nation of workers, okay? This is the worst of the heathen, all right? Created the General Educational Board, okay, in 1903. All right, all of these things they set up. They set these things in place, okay? Our strength is in our law of justice, okay? Our strength is in our law of justice. Hold on. Yep, our strength. Come on, bruh. Is this the right one? No, I said Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2, didn't I? Bruh, quit messing with me. Alright, Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2, okay? Let our strength be the law of justice, okay? For that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth, okay? Survival of the fittest, all right? Where do you think that came from? All right, this is a Gentile mentality, all right? All right, Gentile mentality, all right? Hold on. Alright, British philosopher Herbert Spencer first used the phrase after reading Charles Darwin on the Origin of Species, 1859, okay? So Charles Darwin was a straight up freaking racist, okay? And an out of Africa theory, alright, comes from Darwin, okay? So you need to understand what you are attaching yourself to, alright? These are the worst of the heathen, okay? Society built upon racism, okay? The term made famous in the 5th edition published in 1869 on the Origin of Species by British nationalist Charles Darwin, which suggested that organisms best suited to their environment are the most successful in surviving and reproducing, okay? You see? Social Darwinism as human, survival of the fittest, okay? Cruel, rigorous reading out of the inferior individuals and races, okay? Capitalism, alright? Opposition to social welfare, alright? Herbert Spencer, alright? This is the opposite of how we're instructed to live, though, by the Great Spirit. How is this loving your neighbor as you do yourself? See, this society was built upon this wickedness, all right? It's a society built upon racism, and people don't realize it. They want to ignore it and act like racism doesn't exist. Want to gaslight us and call us the racist. But their strength is the law of their justice because they write the laws and the legislations. All right? Again, worse than slavery. We've been up under this captivity for a long time. All right? We already dealt with that. We dealt with this. Okay? These are the people who set themselves up in authority. Now, the so-called black slave, which is actually the indigenous people, the seed of the lands that were colonized, of the 21st century, us of the 21st century, okay, the descendants of those of us who were slaughtered, all right, and mistreated all of this time, all right, will not be those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot unlearn the many mentally enslaving lies that we've been taught by those who set themselves up in authority. And not just us, but all humanity, okay? Information from these people who set themselves up in authority are lies designed to mentally enslave us, okay? They've done it through religion, history, statistics, national narratives about ourselves, about who you are too, Gentiles and nations. Okay, we've all been lied to. All right? So you need to understand this. Okay? I didn't create this meme. All right? It's just something that I picked up along the way. All right? Now this is what, they want the world to believe about, their time, okay? Their time to rule, all right? This is what they want the world to think about them, all right? Enlightenment. They came to bring the light, right? No, sir. No, ma'am. They came to snuff out the light and bring about great deception. But let's go ahead and read. Let's go ahead and read. Enlightenment. The European period of enlightenment started in the 18th century, when Europeans started to further appreciate the arts and philosophy of the world. The enlightenment be out here arrival of new books. I didn't create this, okay? I'm just reading it, all right? All right? Be out he arrival of new books, paintings, inventions, and laws to explain the different views of life. The American and French revolutions were directly inspired by Enlightenment ideas and respectively marked the peak of its influence and the beginning of its decline. Okay? Like, bruh, the Europeans, okay, that's known as Europeans today, did not bring enlightenment to the world. No, they brought great deception to the world because they snuffed out the light. Okay? They destroyed the children of light. Okay? They destroyed the Israelites. Okay? Yes. The seed of the colonized lands. They destroyed the lights. Okay? Yes, they did. Okay? And they brought about great deception. All right? I don't care if you want to believe that or not. Okay? Now, this is biblical prophecy. This is many Europeans on ships coming to the Americas, okay? Coming to the so-called New World, okay? Now, we're going to get back to the audio very soon. I just wanted to break down, okay, those who set themselves up in authority, all right? See, you've been given your authority too, okay? Yes, you were born with a certain amount of authority, all right? Your supremacy, okay? You get you get the handouts, okay? Well, you're losing your blessing now, okay? But all of this time, while we were kept down by the system, you were given a leg up, okay? So understand, I got many videos breaking that down, okay? Many videos bringing out, even the quote from Martin Luther King, okay? All right, the handouts that you guys received, the land grants, okay, all of these things you guys were given, okay, but you want to tell us to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps, all right? At the very same time, America refused to give the Negro any land, and this is our land to begin with, okay? So, bruh, it's absolutely insane. They stole our land, and they gave it to you, okay? Yes, they were giving out land to the European immigrants, okay? In Marseille, they were giving out our land, all right? I got many videos breaking this down, okay? And then they refused to give us anything, okay? They refused to even give us, 40 acres and a mule, all right? Through an act of Congress, no less, okay? Because, again, they write the rules, they write the laws and the legislations, okay? Their law is the strength. Their law is the strength of their justice, okay? Now, through an act of Congress, our government was giving away millions of acres of land in the West and Midwest, which meant that it was willing to undergird its white peasants from Europe with an economic floor. But not only did they give the land, they built land-grant colleges with government money to teach them how to farm. Not only that, they provided counter-agents to further their expertise in farming. Not only that, they provided low interest rates in order that they can mechanize our farms. Not only that, today many of these people are receiving millions of dollars in federal subsidies not to farm, and they are the very people telling the quote-unquote black man that he ought to lift himself by his own bootstraps. End quote from Martin Luther King Jr. Okay, so now how did the American government get the land that they gave to European immigrants when they themselves were the immigrants to this land? What about the people that they massacred? What about the people who they stole the land from? Do we not matter? They swindled our land from us, okay, and gave it to foreigners. Literally, foreigners stole our land and gave it to their fellow foreigners. And to this day, they refuse to restore back what they have stolen from the indigenous people of this land. Okay? But the bill is due. Okay? Now you have a divine opportunity. Which side are you going to be on? Are you going to be on the side of those who did all of these heinous atrocities in order to steal the blessing and then hand it down to you all of these generations? Or are you going to humble yourself and accept the spirit of truth? Begin to walk in divine love. It's up to you, okay? But it ain't going to change the fact that this happened. Okay? And then they have the European Union, the origins in 1945 to 1957, necessity of a European integration. 3 realities toward the integration, okay? European awareness of their own weakness, all right? Avoid confrontation among European states, create a free, fair, and prosperous continent with international relationships, okay? They were able to build up their nation by destroying us, okay? I mean, you want to ignore all of that. The European Union, EU, is a political community of law-constituted regime, okay, of international organization created to encourage and accommodate the integration and the governance in common of the states and people of Europe, okay? It consists of 28 states, and Europe was established by the entry into force of the Treaty on European Union, the 1st of November of 1993, okay? You see this? All right? Confederacy, all right? Now, this is what it was when y'all came over here, forcing us to get gold for you, forcing us to work for you, okay? You came over here and you subjected a people. Your forefathers came over here and subjected a people, okay? Forced us to work for you. Put your war dogs on us. And I got many videos breaking this down, okay? Many videos showing proof on how this is our land. Okay? And it's all biblical prophecy. All right? But I'm just flowing by way of the Spirit. All right? You cannot be both the oppressor and the oppressed. Okay? One second. These types of things you've been doing to us since you've been here. Okay? It connects to biblical prophecy. Alright? Enoch 102:10. Let me check and make sure I'm still streaming. Alright, and I'm a little over an hour. Alright. Enoch 102:10 through 12. We hoped indeed to have been the head in the times error. We asked the Messiah, are you going to restore the kingdom unto us? The Messiah came during the times of the Gentiles, during the times of the Romans, okay? But there was still another empire to come, and that was the revised Roman Empire, okay? We've been living in the tail end of the revised Roman Empire, all right? So we had indeed hoped to have been the head, but we became the tail. We've been the tail all of this time, okay? We have been afflicted when we have exerted ourselves, but we have been devoured by sinners and the ungodly. Their yoke has been heavy upon us. Those have exercised dominion over us, who detest and who goad us. And those who hate us have we humbled our neck, but they have shown no compassion toward us. None whatsoever. We're marginalized. We don't matter. We don't have a say-so. We don't have a voice, apparently. You want to ban CRT, what you want to call critical race theory, when it's actually the truth, because you don't want to know how this system was established to get you on top and have us on the bottom. You're complacent with the world being in the state that it's in. Life ain't fair. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Quit complaining. Get with the system. But the scripture tells us to be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of our mind. So that way we can know what is that good and perfect will of the Most High. And I know that His perfect will ain't for His people to be up under subjection to wickedness, to wicked people, their wicked system. I know it's not the good will of the Great Spirit for anybody to be up under wicked subjection. Therefore, we have been awakened, and we're here to give you an opportunity, okay? Now, I think I went through all of these, all right? Probably going to be revisiting that soon, all right? You cannot be both the oppressor and the oppressed. You can't be all of these people, okay? No. No, 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 no. All right? If left to Gentile narratives, there will never be any real indigenous people upon the earth, okay? They're claiming to be the indigenous people, okay? You're not the indigenous people, okay? Before the times of the Gentiles, it was a melanated world, okay? The Gentiles came in at the tail end, all right? So you got to unlearn, people. You got to unlearn, okay? We dealing with those who established this wickedness, okay? Not individuals, all right? Those who established it, okay? And you need to be aware of this, okay? You need to be aware that the Great Spirit allowed you to invade our land and just live lavishly, okay? Having no care, no thought for the original seed of this land. Well, hell, you've been lied to as well. You've been told the same lies that we were told, okay? Although some of you know already, okay? Some of you really do know, all right? Well, let's go to my Facebook right quick. 1 second. Let's just travel to my Facebook. Oh, goodness. There's something that I posted not too long ago to get this right here. Okay. Now, everybody can see the features here. Okay. This is an Olmec head. Alright. The Olmecs were here way before the Europeans. Now, if you want to remain in ignorance, you go right ahead, okay? I'm not here to force you, okay? But clearly, this looks like a so-called Negro to me, okay? This statue has our features, alright? So, it is what it is. You can continue to believe in those who, establish, the system, okay? And erected their terror upon us, okay? Refuse to remove their yoke from us, alright? You want to be confederate with these people, okay? Understand you're setting yourself as an enemy, as an adversary to the Great Spirit. Alright? Because the Great Spirit is with his people now. We've come back to the original covenant. Alright? That's what you need to understand. Oh my gosh. I don't know why global accounts keep running in the background in my task manager. That's really annoying. Bogging down my PC. Alright, now let's go ahead and continue in this audio.
As a whole, it is the Caucasians, the Europeans, that are the oppressors. Okay? The times of the Gentiles, the worst of the heathens. Okay? You need to understand this. It's very important. Okay? Very important that you understand this. Now, these people created race. Okay? They created race. They're the ones that created racial status. Okay? Racial categories, racial status. Alright? And they did this in order to give themselves authority and power. Okay? Status. They had to give themselves status. So in order to give themselves status, they had to create race. Okay? So when they colonized the lands, what they had to do was kill the adults. Okay? Kill the parents. Alright? They killed the parents. And they took the children. Alright? They took the children.
Now, 1 second. Given to another nation. 1 second. Dealing with one screen, people, so it's a little difficult. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thine hand. Okay? The fruit of thy land and all thy labor shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up, and thou shalt only be oppressed and crushed always. Okay? Many of our people are mad, they're angry, all right? And trauma is passed down through generations, it's within our DNA, okay? We have been traumatized all of this time. We became an astonishment, a proverb, a byword among all nations, okay? All right? We've been downtrodden all of this time. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, okay? Yeah. Richest people in the world, okay? Richest people in the world. Alright? Richest family in every state. Okay? They're all Gentiles. Okay? Japheth, squatting in the lands of Shem. Okay? This is biblical prophecy. Alright? The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. Moreover, all of these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed. Why? Because we hearken not to the voice of the Most High our power, to keep his commandments and his statutes, which we were instructed to do. Okay? So we got great judgment that came upon us. Alright? We've been in captivity all of this time, being chastised. Alright? Because of the wickedness of our forefathers. Well, guess what? That pendulum is coming toward you now, nations. Okay? Yes, it's swinging toward you now. All right? Yes, we're about to be delivered, and you are about to be destroyed unless you humble yourself and repent. Okay? Now.
And they forced the children into re-education camps. All right? They literally brainwashed the children. Okay, and they created education, your educational institution. So then, they perpetuated this, in masse. So we've all been through their educational system by force. Compulsory education. Okay, so we've all been indoctrinated. This is what they did. And they reclassified us. So no longer will we be referring to ourselves as our tribe. No, they reclassified us by force. They reclassified us by force. They stripped us of our tribal identity. They stripped us of our culture. And they assimilated us into their culture. Okay? So now these Gentiles, of course, they want to portray themselves to the world as the saviors. Okay? And this is what they have done. This is why they don't want to talk about this history. They don't want to talk about the truth. Because if we talk about the truth, then that's going to demote them from off of their pedestal that they have created and placed themselves upon. Okay? They see it as hate speech because we're taking away their pedestal that they created by force. Okay? That's hate speech to them. Because they would not have a pedestal had they not created it by force. Okay? It was not given to them. No, they took it by force. Brute force. Okay? This is why they came up with survival of the fittest. This is their mindset. Okay? This is the mindset of the wicked. And they have been the rulers and the oppressors for a time, times, and half a time.
Now, as I said, it's the mindset of the wicked. Okay? This is the mindset of the wicked, and this has been what we've been living. All right. Now the wicked pretty much forced their mindset on the whole damn world, and the whole world pretty much is complacent with living their life this way. Okay. For the ungodly said, reasoning to themselves, but not all right. Our life is short and tedious, and in the death of a man there is no remedy. Neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave. We were all born at all in venture, and we shall be hereafter as though we had never been. For the breath in our nostrils is as smoke, and a little spark in the moving of our heart, which being extinguished, our body shall be turned into ashes, and our spirit shall vanish as the soft air. And our name shall be forgotten in time, and no man shall have our works in remembrance, and our life shall pass away as the trace of a cloud, and shall be dispersed as a mist that is driven away with the beams of the sun, and overcome with the heat thereof. For our time is a very shadow that passes away, and after our end there is no returning, for it is fast sealed, so that no man cometh again. Come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present. Let us speedily use the creatures, like as in youth. Let us fill ourselves with costly wine and ornaments, and let no flower of the spring pass us by. Let us crown ourselves with rosebuds before they be withered. Let none of us go without his part of our voluptuousness. Let us leave tokens of our joyfulness in every place, for this is our portion, and our lot is this. Let us oppress the poor righteous men. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the aged. Let our strength be the law of justice, for that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. Therefore let us lie in wait for the righteous. Like, bruh, here in my neighborhood, I'm constantly seeing these cops, bro. And it's always you. Okay, always those of this other nation that set themselves in authority, okay, the Caucasians, all right, the Europeans, all right, they are in our neighborhoods, patrolling our neighborhoods, okay, they live in the suburbs, all right, they live in the suburbs, but they come in the hood to, bruh, it irritates me, it really, because I see them, just yesterday. You know, they get on their little intercom. There was a group of my brothers walking down the street, okay? And they were just chilling, okay? Walking down the street, right? You know, one or two was on the bike, you know, but the majority was like walking, and they were just walking and talking, just, you know, chilling, okay? This cop creeping up the road here on the side, you know, he in a army color. He in an army pattern cop car, okay? Tulsa patrol car, the army paint, okay? And so he gets on the intercom and he's all like, disperse yourselves. Like, really, bruh? Like, wow. He literally gets on the intercom, you know, talking to them like they're doing something wrong. I'm tired of them being in my neighborhood, bruh. Okay? Your time is up for terrorizing us, alright? Your time is up for oppressing us. Like, I'm just tired, bro. I'm tired. And your time is up, okay? The Great Spirit is on our side. We're here to warn you, okay? But this is what they do. You know, and they set their patrol cars, you know, in our neighborhoods, just waiting to catch one of my brothers, okay? I see it all the damn time. All right, I see it all the time. I see them pulling them over all the damn time. Okay? Just the other day, I'm standing on the bus stop, and, you know, here in my neighborhood, okay, and I see this patrol car just sitting there. All right, and it is an unmarked car. Unmarked, okay? Went to the bus stop, and there was two unmarked cars that didn't pull somebody over. I didn't know what the hell was going on. But, bro, y'all are constantly in our neighborhood. You are constantly harassing my people, okay? And it's going to come to an end, okay? Because you are foreigners on our land, okay? You are foreigners on our land, and you have been terrorizing us ever since you have been here. All right, and I'm not talking about individuals. I am talking about the system and those that work for the system, all right, and are complacent. I notice these things in my own damn life. So you're not going to tell me that I am wrong about this. I've seen it my whole life with no understanding, but now I have the understanding and the clarity. So they have done this. They have lied in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our return, and he is clean, contrary to our doings. Okay? You want to call us criminals, but your forefathers stole a whole damn land, subjected a whole damn people, impoverished nations. The hypocrisy. So hell yeah, we are clean contrary to your doings. Many of my people do their wickedness out of necessity. They wouldn't be thieves. They wouldn't be robbers. They wouldn't be any of that if you didn't impoverish them and keep them down. He upbraided us with our offending the eternal law, and objective to our infamy, the transgressings of our education. He professes to have the knowledge of God, and he calleth himself the child of the Lord. He was made to reprove our thoughts. Hell yeah, my spirit was made to reprove the thoughts of wickedness upon the earth. I had to live it in my whole damn life. And I hated it. I detested it. So yeah, he made me to reprove wickedness upon the earth. So hell yeah, I'm grievous to a lot of people that are comfortable and complacent with wickedness, with tyranny, with oppression, with a lack of love and empathy, compassion, kindness, and mercy. It's all about the money. It's all about materialism. It's all about superficiality. I've had a problem with that my whole entire life. So I am grievous unto most people. You even hate to behold me. You hate to look at me. For my life is not like yours. My ways are of another fashion. I am not of this world. We are esteemed of him as counterfeits. You're taking the name of the great Spirit in vain when you do not live by the eternal divine laws of love, life, and purity. When you have no compassion in your heart, when you have no mercy, you have no love for your neighbor as you love yourself. He abstaineth from our ways as from filthiness. I detest this world and how they force their filthiness everywhere. Lasciviousness and lust, their ads everywhere is forced on us. He pronounces the end of the just to be blessed, and maketh his boast that the great Spirit is our Father. Hell yes, our end is going to be blessed. And I worship and serve the great Spirit. I follow the good shepherd. So many is still the same today, like how they did in the Inquisition. Let us see if his words be true. Let us prove what shall happen in the end of him. For if the just man be the Son of God, he will help him and deliver him from the hand of his enemies. Let us examine him with despitefulness and torture, that we may see and know his meekness and prove his patience. Let us condemn him with a shameful death, for by his own saying he shall be respected. Such things that these wicked people imagine. Such things you imagine, and you are deceived. For their own wickedness has blinded them. And you, if you are a part of this, your own wickedness has blinded you. As for the mysteries, the oracles of the Great Spirit, you know it not. Neither hope they for the wages of righteousness. You don't want to be righteous. You're happy in wickedness. Nor discern a reward for blameless souls. You don't even think there's a such thing. You don't think there is a such thing as a pure heart. Someone upon the earth today that have a pure conscience. You're like preposterous. But the Great Spirit created man to be immortal and made him to be an image of his own eternity. Nevertheless, through the envy of the devil came death into the world. And they that do hold of his side will find it. Okay? You wanna keep attaching yourself to the side of the wicked? Then understand what your end gonna be. Alright? Now, this happened to us. They changed our identity. Okay? Took away our benefits, gave it to foreigners. Okay? The foreigners have been able to just live lavishly while we've been languishing in the corners of American society. Seen as an object of horror. We're scorned of the nations. Literally seen as nothing. This is biblical prophecy. Let's continue.
And they have been oppressing the indigenous people in all the lands. Because do you not understand that by the time of colonization, the lands had already been allotted to the sons of Noah? Okay? The lands were already allotted. We all had our inheritance. None of us had to pay for land. None of us had to pay land fees and mortgages and all of these things, okay? No, we all had land upon the earth. Alright? It wasn't just the king and queen that had all the land and people had to buy their land from them. No, we all had land. Okay? We all had an inheritance. Except for the worst of the heathen. Okay? Because they're not 100%. They're not from Adam and Eve. Okay? They're not the seed line of Adam and Eve. They're a different seed line upon the earth. Okay?
Now, let me see if I can find this in the sealed portion, okay? So you can understand what I'm saying. Because there ain't nothing hateful about this, okay? Let me check my time. Alright, we're at 1:33. Alright, give me 1 second. Let me see if I can find it first. Alright? I'm not going to try to spend too much time on it. You just need to understand what I'm talking about, okay? The people that's not a people, okay? You need to understand. Okay? It's better to just read it than try to explain it. But he said, hell, your own people then told you this, okay? That, you know, the Neanderthals, okay? Alright? And, you know, the offspring of the Neanderthals, okay? So we need to understand that this happened, okay? There is literally a serpent seed upon the earth, okay? There's a people that's not a people upon the earth, okay? You need to understand this, all right? Those that are not human, okay? Not 100% human, okay? So hold on. How do I find this father? Let's see. 1 second. Because I didn't plan this at all. So I'm just trying to see if I can find it. If I can't find it, I'm probably going to have to bring it later. But, bro, I'm going to try. Okay. And these are the ones that actually were flesh eaters too. Okay, so I already brung this out about how the Nephilim were the flesh eaters. Okay, hold on. I think I might have found where it is at, but I gotta make sure. Give me just a moment. Okay, I think I found it. Alright, yep, I found it. Thank you, Father. Alright. Alright, and I'm going to switch you guys over. Okay. This is the sealed portion. I think it's chapter 7. Yep, sealed portion, chapter 7. Alright, and we're going to start it down here in verse 43. And there were other animals that existed whose bodies became like unto the bodies that the Father had created for Adam and Eve. Alright, and these began to use their bodies to rule and reign over the other creatures that lived with them on the world in which they were created. Nevertheless, they were not the bodies that were prepared by the Father for his children to inhabit. And the Father gave a commandment unto Adam and Eve that they should not intermarry or create offspring with these other animals, or they would disobey the natural laws and create chaos in the world in which they were placed. And it came to pass that after the Father had cleared the earth of the creatures that consumed the flesh of the other animals, he prepared a garden in which he placed Adam and Eve. And there were no animals that were in this garden that ate the flesh of those animals, that received their substance from the plants. And Adam and Eve did not eat the flesh of any animal, and were commanded to abstain from such things, that it was an abomination to consume the flesh of any other animal that partook of the fruit of the plants and of the trees that the Father had caused to grow perpetually upon the earth. Nevertheless, in other parts of the world, the Father allowed that there remain many animals that ate the flesh of other creatures to maintain the balance of nature that was intended from the beginning. But in the Garden of Eden there were none. And those animals in the other parts of the earth that were like unto Adam and Eve did also consume the flesh of other animals. But in this they did disobey the laws of nature, and died unnatural deaths because of the things that they did eat. And Adam and Eve lived in the Garden of Eden peacefully, when they did not grow old, nor did they clothe themselves or cover their nakedness, for behold, they did not know that they were naked, for they had never seen an animal that was not naked. And in this state of innocence did they exist forever. Alright? So I think that's all I'm going to read on that, bro, because I'm not trying to get too deep. I just wanted to show you about those who look like humans but are not humans, okay? Alright? Now, this is not the Gentiles, because the Gentiles, the actual seed of Japheth, they stem from Adam and Eve, okay? So this will have to be another nation, or a people that's not a people, all right? And this would be hold on. A foolish nation, okay. Alright. They have moved me to jealousy with that is not God, and I provoke me to anger with their vanities, okay, and I will move them to jealousy with those which are not a people. I will provoke them to anger with the foolish nation, okay. Now this would be the ones who call themselves and are not, okay. Alright, and not all, okay? Just the ones with the Z, okay? Alright, the ones that want to rule every damn thing, alright? Want to rule the freaking world and crap, okay? I know thy works and thy tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich, and I know the blasphemy of them which say they are and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan, okay? Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are, and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee. Alright? Now, these people who set themselves up in authority and force the whole damn world to, reverence them, okay? Understand, they lied to you, okay? Yes, they lied to you. That's the synagogue of Satan, which want to just control you, okay? Manipulate you, all right? And they have forced you to hate the true seed of Israel, okay? Hold on. But there's many things that's coming out that's, the truth that's being shown about, these people, okay? I'm not going to say nothing. I'm just saying. Okay? Like, why? What's up with that? Alright? You need to understand. Okay? Confederacy. Alright? They helped to establish the system. They are one of the ones that established it. They are who established it. Alright, now let's read. Surviving Indians were left without woods, water, or any way of making a living off the land. In the United States, General U.S. Grant announced to investors that, quote, 70 million Aztecs are waiting to build railroads. 70 million what? Aztecs. okay? Surviving Indians, Aztecs, okay, are waiting to build railroads, okay? Because we had no way of they made it to where we had to depend upon them, okay? This is biblical prophecy that we would have to go to our enemies for all of our wants and all of our needs. Well, now how are we having to go to our enemies? Because now we have to earn money. Now we have to earn a currency. Now we have to participate in the economy in order to sustain our life, okay? Because they didn't stole all of our freaking land. They stole all of our freaking resources, and they put us up under captivity, okay? So now the only way that we can sustain our life is to work for them, okay? This is what they did to us, all right? So 7 million Aztecs were waiting to build railroads, okay? Now let's continue. Rockefellers, Aldriches, Gaulds, all right, Harrimans, all right, all of these, you know, that call themselves and are not, okay, seized the opportunity to buy cheap land and hire dirt cheap labor to operate rail and mine concessions. Okay, this is how they got their wealth. This is how they got their money. This is how they were able to establish themselves in this whole damn system. Okay, so now that we got that out the way, let's continue.
You know, many people don't want to come to this realization that there's literally a satanic bloodline upon the earth. There's most certainly is. So, once you come to the realization that there is a satanic bloodline upon the earth, and there's also a holy bloodline upon the earth, then maybe you'll have a little bit more understanding. Alright? Those who are not a people. The scripture talks about those who are not a people. So it ain't got nothing to do with racism, because we're not the ones who created race. Okay? We're not the ones who changed the color of everybody before the times of the Gentiles. Okay?
Hold on.
So it ain't got nothing to do with racism.
Hold on. No, it doesn't.
Alright? Those who are not a people. The scripture talks about those who are not a people.
Now, that's because, bro, they converted to a religion, okay? It had nothing to do with bloodline and nationality, okay? No, it has nothing to do with that whatsoever, okay? This is a conversion to a religion, okay? And then there's a fraction of these people that literally are wholly evil, okay? This is set apart from your messianics, okay? Now your messianics, you know, that is converted, the conversion, they came over to, you know, the quote-unquote belief of, you know, the Israel, okay, and Judaism and whatnot. You know, they believe in the Messiah and all of this, okay? That's way different than this other group, okay, that is not a people, okay? They are literally the seed of Satan upon the earth, okay? It tells you right here, the synagogue of Satan, okay? You got to look at the fruit, okay? You cannot look at the outer shell, all right? You have to look at the fruit of this people, okay? What are they doing, okay? What are their deeds, their actions, okay? That's what you got to look at. And the deeds of this certain particular people is wholly evil, okay? And this ain't hate speech. This is the absolute truth, okay? And then there's also a seed of people upon the earth that is the children of light, okay? Bruh. Let me see. While we have the light, believe in the light, that ye may be the children of the light. So anybody can be converted to become a child of light, but you gotta unlearn things and be renewed in your mind, okay? But hold on. You see, for ye were sometimes in darkness. Yes, we were, because we were sleeping. But now we are the light in Yahusha, okay? Walk as children of light, okay? All right? Over and over and over. It talks about the children of light, okay? But we have been hitting all of this damn time, all right? While you've been following behind these people, okay? And you've been supporting these people, okay? While you've been ignoring the children of light, okay? But you cannot ignore us too much longer, all right? And right now you're ignoring us to your own destruction, okay? Now, let's go ahead and continue. I wanted to make that clear.
So it ain't got nothing to do with racism, because we're not the ones who created race. Okay? We're not the ones who changed the color of everybody before the times of the Gentiles. Okay? They got their chance to rule, and then they wanted to just change all history. Okay? In order to show themselves in a positive light.
Now, I'm going to start up a new one in order to go over this, okay? Because, bruh, I don't want this going over 2 hours, okay? So, I will be bringing it back, and let's see, it's 1:54. This particular audio, I think it's less than an hour, but it's over 40 minutes. I think it's under 45 minutes, actually. Little under 45 minutes, but still yet we're early in this audio. Haven't even made it to 10 minutes in yet. We're around about 9 minutes in. I'm going to take it back just a little bit. So not sure how much of this we're going to get done today. I'm going to give you as much as I can as usual, okay? But anyway, I shall be back, okay? Shalom.